Our family travelled to the west coast of Scotland, to the Isle of Skye, and stayed in this small farmhouse, also known as a croft house. The Isle of Skye is incredibly beautiful. Everywhere you look, there is something that will take your breath away. And so our family, which you'll see here, really enjoyed getting out and exploring many different places. We put together this video of our 5 favourite places from Skye, although there's so much more to explore than all that you'll see in this video. Before we get started, we'll just show you a few short clips of many of the different places we enjoyed, and then we'll talk in detail about some of these places. We hope that you enjoy this video. First up, we have for you the Storr. The Storr is a famous rock outcropping on the northeastern part of the Isle of Skye. It's actually so prominent that as you're driving up towards Portree, the main town on the Isle of Skye, you can see it from there. We didn't spend a lot of time at the Storr because it was quite crowded when we drove past, but I imagine on a quiet day it could be very well worth doing the walk up to the Storr itself. Duntulm Castle is a ruin that is on the other side of the northern tip of Skye. And as you can see, the scenery around it is beautiful. This particular afternoon we went, the ocean was just completely calm and there were great views across to the Isle of Harris, which is an island further west than the Isle of Skye, one that you can only get to by ferry, unlike the Isle of Skye, which you can drive to across the bridge. Next up, we have Kilt Rock and Mealt Falls. By the way, I'm probably mispronouncing some of these words. I'm terrible about that. Here's the waterfall falling off the cliff. It's quite spectacular, and Kilt Rock is the one further up to the north, just of the falls. It's pretty spectacular, but it's a little hard to get a view because you're kind of perched up on the cliff itself. It is pretty and it is worth checking out. But just be aware that you may not be able to get an incredible view because not everybody has access to be able to kind of get off the cliff and see it in all of its awesomeness. The Fairy Glen is a magical place. If you were to sit down with my kids and say, hey, what was your favorite part of the Isle of Skye? All 3 of them would tell you it was the Fairy Glen. It's this green, very lush, very fertile little valley with all these nooks and crannies that you can explore. These steep little hills that you can run up and over or run around. There's little tracks everywhere. And so they love just getting out and exploring all of it. Now that's not to say if you're not kids or not coming as a family that you wouldn't enjoy it. I think it's something that everybody would enjoy. And so we'd highly recommend this place to everybody who's checking out Skye or wanting to go and visit. Now I will warn you that the road in is very narrow, but they've just done some work on it recently and it's definitely worth the visit, worth checking out. The views are spectacular and you'll be able to find, or you should be able to find, a quiet little corner to enjoy, even though it's a very popular place to go and to visit. The Quiraing is my new favorite place on planet Earth. I've been fortunate enough over the years to get to see some incredible places around the world, and this place is second to none. I can't even begin to describe for you. In fact, a camera lens does not do this place justice. As beautiful as many of these shots look, it just is incredible. I went up to this particular location twice. We went up as a family one day and then I went back just by myself to watch the sunrise. It was just after 5 a.m. in the morning, but it was absolutely worth it. Here's some footage from the sunrise right here. Such a beautiful place. I just cannot begin to describe to you the beauty that is in this place. And if you go to Skye, absolutely make sure that you go and visit this spot. It's right on the north coast of the Isle of Skye, but it's worth the drive, it's worth the visit, as I hope you can see from just some of these pictures, some of these images right here. So these are the 5 things that we enjoyed the most on the Isle of Skye. I hope that that inspires you a little bit, whether you're exploring somewhere local to wherever you live or whether you're planning a trip to the Isle of Skye. I hope that this video is in some ways some inspiration or even just a small resource for you. Enjoy your travels. We'll catch you sometime soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.